box is off. Hello, good morning. Oh, chick, hi. That's my best friend. She's probably gonna be like, oh, she's doing live, but I don't have time to watch it, so she's gonna exit. But don't worry, you can catch it on YouTube later. No worries at all. So I hope everyone can hear me okay. Okay. See how I'm cheating? Who's joining live? Newtown Radio. Yeah, we can be watching. Anyway, that's helping my algorithm. So just, you know what? If you don't have time to watch, just keep it going. Just watch it later, but keep it going because it helps me and the algorithm, and it helps Instagram to be like, oh, she's cool, she's dope, let's push her. Hi, my love, hi. By the way, if you ever want a tattoo, that's Loka Ink over there. Check her out. She's amazing. I have like one tattoo here that she did to me, but I'm not gonna show it to you because it's hella cold here, and I'm not gonna do all that but I'll take photos in the summer because it's awesome. It's dope. Anyway, I hope this mic is doing all right. But oh my God, hello YouTube people. I have so many cameras that I'm like, okay, you were here, camera, and 1 second, one more camera. Okay, wow, there is so many cameras today. But yeah, so today's a fun episode actually because we're studying 2025 and we're gonna talk a little bit about that. So that is exciting. Okay, I hope everyone can see me. So today is the first time I'm also trying to record the episode with my actual camera that is standing right over there. And I don't know if it can survive for the whole like 45 to an hour, but I hope it can. So, I'm going to try also to do this episode around like 45 minutes, not to do it too long because, middle of the week, morning, we all have things to do, shit to get to. So we're going to keep it short-ish, kind of. And I don't have a guest today, as you noticed, so it's just me. And we're going to talk about starting the year, about forming new habits, and just kind of like improving whatever it is that you want to improve with yourself. So, if that's something that you're interested in, definitely stay here. Definitely stay with me. And we're going to talk a little bit about it. It's not going to be too much. We're not going to be like changing our entire lives today, but minor improvements, minor things, good day, minor improvements, minor things that we want to do today. Definitely we can cover that. And before we start the episode, I do want to mention that like a few updates that I did a live about it, but those of you who didn't have a chance to join last time, I'm just gonna give like a little run around of like all the updates that we have been experiencing recently. Since the start of the year, it's been kind of like a roller coaster, I feel like. No, Riley, I can't let you join this time. I'm sorry, I'm in the middle of a radio show. But since the beginning of the year, so I feel like it started like on a high note, and usually how the year starts, and we're like, woo, let's do all these things, let's improve our lives, let's like start on a high note. And I feel like some of us did, but then I don't know, you probably are aware of that, but the LA fires happened, and it kind of shook everything for us here in America. I don't know if you're abroad, if you're feeling that, but it's been kind of like, it's been heavy, it's been a lot. So it's affected us, and it kind of stopped a lot of things here, because everyone is trying to understand and to cope with the situation and to help people, animals, whoever they can. A lot of attention is going there, which it should, and for a reason, and it's good. But it's definitely like kind of cut the high note of the beginning of the year. I also wanted to ask you, like, there's a lot of I don't want to call it conspiracy theories because like I don't like calling it conspiracy theories, but there's like a lot of buzz, especially on TikTok, going about the reasons of those fires and like why it's happening. And it's not just like an accidental thing, with the insurance companies dropping the section of home fires from their insurance, from their policy. The whole plan of the building a smart city in LA towards 2028. Some other things that just like seem a little bit weird, and a lot of people are talking about how it might have been actually you know planned to do those fires. And I wanted your opinion about that. What do you think about that? Because it's a big say to say something like that, especially with all the damage that has been done. But it's very hard to ignore the fact that the insurance companies dropped fires from the home policy 3 months prior to the fires, so it's a little suspicious, I would say. But yeah, let me know what you think. And if you are in LA, or you have loved ones in LA, or family, friends in LA, I'm sending you strength. Stay safe. Follow the evacuation orders, and just, it's tough. And I hope you are safe and you are doing well. And that's for now. That's what I can do. I wish I could like go and help with the animals. Like, I've seen those videos of like animals in the forests, and I'm just like, I wish I could just take everybody to my house, and just like all the animals and everyone is just like saved. And I wish I had that. Maybe next year. That's what I'm working on. But yeah, that's it hit kind of hard this year. Which kind of like leads me to also, oh, thank you. It's my merch. It's not for sale currently, but it will be soon, I hope. But anyway, which leads me to my next thing, which is I released a new song right in the beginning of January, like January 3rd. I released Enigma, which I hope you all heard, because I was like on your in your face with a song, because it's been a year since I released anything. It's been a hard year, and I haven't released anything for a really, really long time. I don't know what's the Zane Lowe show. I don't know what it is, Riley. Anyway, so yeah, I've been kind of like in your face with the song. Okay, cool. I'll let you know when it is. Meanwhile, you can buy my book, like my poetry book. Anyway, so the beginning of the year, I released Enigma, and actually I was planning to release the music video one Friday after. So it was about like, I think, the 11th or the 12th of the month that Enigma, like the music video was ready. And then the fires in LA happened, and I was like, okay, you know what? That's just not the time. That's not like, it feels weird to me to be like, oh, the fires are so sad, but here's my music. Like, that just doesn't make sense, And I think it's also hard to kind of like understand how you take into consideration all the things that are happening in the world, but at the same time, you kind of need to go on with your life and, make things happen for you on a personal level. And I feel like, I don't know, maybe you feel that too, of like sometimes things are happening and you feel like kind of you need to stop and you need to respect what is happening in the world. But at the same time, you're like, okay, everything is happening in the world all the time. And it's been a little rough. I feel like we have things happening all the time, and I just feel like every time I go on a little bit like, oh, okay, I can do this, something else happens that kind of like stops me and puts me like in a place that I need to like slow down. And I can't release music because a war started. I can't do a podcast because there's a fire in LA, and like there's a lot of these things, and it's kind of like I feel like I'm kind of conflicted with that, because how do you cope with that? How do you continue being like, hey, let's music video, while like things are happening in the world that are concerning you, like people are in danger? And I feel like it's been very, very hard. So I would love to hear your thoughts about that and how you've been feeling, and whether you are in America or not. I feel like the whole world is kind of like, like in this weird place that I don't know. I'm just like, I don't know if to laugh or to cry, but it's been a mess. So I'm trying, good morning. So I'm trying to stay positive, and I'm trying to, still do music and wake up in the morning and work out and eat healthy and everything. But it definitely interrupts with like, I hate saying interrupts because it's like, it's not really like, it's not that, but it affects, you know. I understand that there's always something, but sometimes you have to push on. Some people will take your music as a good distraction and a reminder their life goes on. True. Thank you. And thank you for saying that. I think it is important to still kind of like, you know, push through and move forward. And I am trying. That being said, I am postponing the release of the music video of Enigma. It is like on YouTube, just waiting like for the button to be like clicked, right? It's been there for a week already, and I'm very excited for all of you to see the music video because it was shot like in a store in Soho, and then we went to Times Square, and it's like me dancing in Times Square in front of all these people. So it's like, it's kind of cool. It has like a really cool style, very cool vibe. It's very DIY. We shot it, just me and my boyfriend. He helped me shoot everything, and then I just like I was editing it by myself, and it was a lot, but we did it. And I really want to release it, but I am postponing it a little bit. I think I'm like, we'll see how things are going, and I hope everything will slow, like, you know, starting to like kind of like, how do you say that? Like, I hope the fires will stop soon, you know, because it's just for now. I'm talking to my friends in LA, and it's getting worse. It's not stopping. So I think I'll wait a little bit to the point that it's under control somehow, and then we will continue with music videos and music. Meanwhile, I'm here. I'm doing lives. I'm on YouTube and on Instagram. My Spotify is growing. I have like 700 monthly listeners, so that's awesome because I submitted my music to some playlists and it was accepted. So I feel like that's a positive note. And like you said, like you're right, some people will find that, you know, the music being like the bright, like the light, you know, in all the darkness. So I hope this is what it does. And you know, music is important no matter what. So yes, I am working on new music. You know, I'm not releasing Enigma right now, but I will have a new song on, hopefully on Valentine's. We'll see how things are going, but it's a Valentine's song. I feel like it should be released on Valentine's because it's called Use Me. Yes, I know. You're like, use me? What do you mean? Yes, and it's going to be released on Valentine's Day, hopefully. The music video for the song will release after that. And currently I'm working on a whole album, which I have like already like 4 or 5 songs recorded in the mixing process. So, and another 5 to go, which I'm practicing on. And I'm like seeing how I can, you know, navigate everything together. But I am spending a lot of time in the studio these days. I am writing my second poetry book already. I have no idea how it's going to be named, but we'll see. I am working on that. So there's a lot of things happening. There's a big creative process. And yeah, again, I would like to hear from you how you've been doing since the beginning of the year. And don't worry if you haven't been doing so great, because we're going to talk about some things today, and we're going to like build small things together and see how we can start the year in our best way. But yeah, this was like my update point of my update section for today. And I want to dive into the episode because I don't want to make it too long, like I said. But anyway, again, if you can't watch the whole thing, you can always watch it on YouTube, because I'm going to be uploading it to YouTube today or tomorrow. It's been a crazy time for me actually with work. So I'm a little like, I'm running around like crazy many times, you know, and I don't really have time to like be at home and do all these things. But because usually when I'm doing my podcast by myself, it's a little bit easier to upload it to YouTube as fast as possible. So it's going to be available on YouTube, on Instagram, if you like the Instagram form. And if not, well, then, you know, join us next time. But you'll be able to watch it on YouTube. It's always there. Oh yes, the podcast is now available on like streaming platforms. So if you go and you type Let's Talk New York, you're gonna see the podcast on like Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcast, not music, Apple Podcast, like YouTube. It's like everywhere. So you can now like stream it. You don't have to, if you don't have like YouTube Premium and you don't have time to like watch it, you can just listen to it in that kind of format. So yes. So I prepared like a few things to dive into the episode. First of all, again, Happy New Year. I hope it started well for you. I hope that you kind of came to it with new energy. But like, I know there's a lot of talk about the new year and how people are like, oh yeah, resolution, setting goals, blah, 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 and like people are kind of taking it as something that everyone is doing for a few days and then it kind of like stops. And I get that. I get it because the year starts and you're like, yeah, I'm going to lose all this weight. I'm going to be healthy. I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm going to be Superman this year, and and you set those like crazy goals, which again, not like it's achievable. Everything is achievable, but you're setting all these goals and then you kind of like fall off after a few days, right? Just a second. I think all the messed up stuff happening in the world is like a wake-up call to get us out of our comfort zone, stop being stuck in our own ass and actually look around. Now it's time to be kind. You know what? Yeah, you are so right. You are so right. I feel like we kind of forgot to be kind to each other. And I think it started with COVID when they locked us out and like didn't allow us to socialize, right? And then the big war with Russia, Ukraine started and it divided people to two sides. Oh, before that we had Black Lives Matters, right? Black Lives Matter, that divided people again to two sides, which is crazy to me, but okay. Divided, right? And then Ukraine, Russia, divided. Israel, Gaza, divided. And it's just, and not to mention AI, which is like, AI created this space for you to not need other people because you can get everything through AI. You don't need to hire people anymore. You don't need to socialize because you can talk to AI. You don't need to leave the house because you have like AI doing everything for you and all your tasks and everything. It's like, I feel like everything in the world that is kind of happening is like, it's definitely creating like this bubble for people to like just be on their own, and these wars are not helping people to, with the kindness that you're talking about. It's like people are assholes to each other, and that's horrible. And I think you're right, and we do need to wake up and see how we are destroying the world, and we really need to be kind to each other and understand that political wars will keep happening, unfortunately, but it's no reason to hate on everyone. Viruses are no reason to hate on an entire nation. Like, it's just, race issues and religion issues. And it's like we have enough problems. Like, we have so many things that we can do together instead of just fighting with each other over things that, for now, like, we're just making it worse, right? And I really hope that what you're saying is going to happen and we kind of like get this wake-up call and understand that we need to be better. And, new year, new goals. Set yourself a goal to be a better person this year and just go for it. Be kind, be nice. If you meet a person on the street that you don't know, and, okay. So a lot of times, especially here now in the United States, since the war with Israel and Gaza started, sometimes when I say I'm from Israel, I'll see the faces of people. I'm like, oh, Israel, and it's like, my podcast is on YouTube, Spotify, anywhere you want. You have a link in my bio that you can load. But yeah, so people hear I'm from Israel, or hear that I'm Jewish, or hear that I'm from Russia, and there's this face of like, oh, you're the enemy, And to me, it's like, it's crazy to me. Like, why would you judge a person before you even talk to them, before you know who they are, what they've been through, and people took upon themselves to like hate entire nations and religions, and to me it's just making things worse. In the end of the day, The people who are actually getting hurt from all these things is us, is the regular people, right? Like while all the like politicians are protected and they're sitting in their like whatever place they're sitting at, and we're fighting with each other, which doesn't make any sense because we didn't start this thing in the first place, right? But we're the ones that get hurt. So this is so definitely a wake up call. Stop hating on other people. Just listen, understand, accept, be kind to each other. So that's like the number one goal I feel like for everyone this year. Just be kind to other people, no matter who they are. I mean, obviously, if they're like assholes to you, so maybe like walk away, but like give them a chance. Don't let people step on you, but give them a chance. And I feel like people often confuse being kind and being nice. There's a big difference. You can be kind but firm, and demand your boundaries to be respected, but still be kind. Okay, like, and again, you don't have to be nice to be kind. Like, if somebody is crossing your boundaries, if somebody is stepping over your boundaries or treating you not well or doing something that you don't like, you don't have to be nice about it. Absolutely not. And this is something, again, if this is something that you've been feeling like you've been letting other people treat you a certain way or talk to you a certain way, put this goal for yourself to set this boundary and to understand how you communicate this boundary. And the people who will, like, smart people will respect this boundary. And if people are hating on you because of your boundary, walk away. These are not your people. Hola, hi. But yeah, set boundaries. That's very important. I think many people think I'm like very nice. Sometimes I'm not, but it's not because I'm rude. It's because I have my boundaries, and I will set those boundaries if somebody is crossing them. If somebody is doing something that I don't like, that I don't appreciate, that I don't want to be done to me or said to me, I will firmly say so. And then usually people like narcissists or like people with shitloads of ego, they will be like, yo, such a bitch. Well, fuck those people. I'll be a bitch. You'll respect my boundaries. If that's a bitch to you, that's a bitch. I'll be a bitch. No problems. That's that's how I live my life. And I feel like that's good for me. Nobody's gonna step on me, and if they want to call me a bitch, that's fine, right? You can't like make everyone like you. That's okay. Like, that's just ridiculous to even set that goal to yourself, like be liked by everyone. That just doesn't make any sense. Like, who wants that? Nobody wants that. But yes, I'm like talking. We didn't even get to the point. But yeah, so like I said, a lot of times we set goals in the beginning of the year, and these goals, I feel like I got stuck. Do you still see me? I feel like I got stuck. No, I'm okay. Okay. Listening to you helps me better than my therapist sessions. I'm only reading this because it goes on YouTube and they can't see the chat, but it's how I feel with you as well, and my mom. Like, I feel like sometimes it's helpful for me to talk to you or to my mom rather than to a therapist, because it's just, I don't know, it's just better, it helps me. But I'm glad that I'm helping you. I'm glad that I'm here. You can always call. You of all people can call 24/7. But yeah, I feel like let's start the year with like understanding what goals you want to achieve this year. And again, we can write 50 things down, but you need to be honest with yourself and actually ask yourself, can I achieve those 50 things? Can I actually be responsible for learning 3 languages and building muscles up to here, and sometimes like we also need to be realistic with our goals. So to me, the way I do it is instead of like setting 50 goals to myself and saying like, I'm gonna do this and this and this and this and this and then at the end of the year you're like, oh, I didn't do half of them because I didn't have time. Yeah, because it wasn't realistic. It was a little bit too much. But instead of saying, oh, I'm gonna be a bodybuilder by the end of the year, set a realistic goal and say, okay, I will be working out twice a week, for the until 2026, and I want this amount of muscle. I want to be eating like that. I want to start being healthy. I'm going to cut off sodas, because I want to get healthier. I'm going to buy healthier foods. Things like that, like just being realistic with yourself. This is something that I did with my own goals. I those of you who don't know, I had an injury about 6 months ago, which kind of made me a little bit less physical, because I wasn't able to. I was recovering. It was my arm, so I couldn't do my kickboxing sessions. I couldn't, like, for a long time, I couldn't lift anything. Not to talk about like going to the gym. That wasn't possible. I could squat, but that was hard because I needed to squat like that. So I became a little bit less active, and that bothered me because I'm a very active person. So I set myself, once I started feeling better, it was like before 2025, it was like in the middle of the year, but I set myself a goal and I was like, okay, I am getting active, I am getting healthier, I'm getting better. Enough is enough. Like I need to stop letting myself go just because I was sad and injured. And, I gave myself the time to heal. I gave myself the time to be okay. And then I was okay. And I was like, okay, it's time to start just to come back to my norm, So I started eating healthy. I'm cooking at home. I'm barely eating out. I'm trying to cut my sweets because I love sweets, but I'm like, okay, I need to chill down on the sweets. So I actually started making my own sweet snacks that are healthy, which is awesome. I'm doing that. I'm working out because Chris is making me. He's like, did you go to the gym today? Oh, fine, I'm gonna go to the gym. So I'm going to the gym. I'm meditating every day, So like I started this whole thing that I know I'm holding myself accountable because I made it easy for myself. And one thing that you need to know is you need to know you and what you're capable of. If you're setting to yourself that you want to start meditating, but you want to start from 40 minutes a day every day, if you know, and be honest with yourself, if you know this is not going to work out because you don't have the extra hour a day to do that, don't set 40 minutes. You're going to fail right away and you're going to feel like shit, right? You're going to be like, oh, I didn't have these 40 minutes today. Tomorrow I'm not going to have it too. I'm going to start Wednesday, and then Wednesday doesn't happen because you overslept and then you didn't meditate. So it's not worth it, right? So I'm telling you, I'm meditating every day. Do you think I meditate for 40 minutes? Hell no, I don't have the time. I meditate for 5 to 15 minutes every day. My longest one was 20 minutes, and that's like on weekends. But I meditate, to me, 5 minutes a day it's more than nothing. So it works for me because it's 5 minutes more than I didn't do, right? So 5-10 minutes a day to start the day with guided meditation that you can find anywhere on YouTube. There are some meditations that even don't have commercials because it's a meditation, so it doesn't have ads if you don't have an account. But meditation helps. And start with 5 minutes a day if you know it's going to be hard for you to hold. If you don't have time to work out and you still like kind of getting into it and it's hard for you to dedicate a whole hour to go to the gym, you don't know how to start, there's a good book that's called building habits. Atomic Habits. Great book because it teaches you how to build a habit how to build a habit in an easy way, so it's not overwhelming for you, so it's not too much. So you can start from 2 minutes. You can start a good method as well is called, I learned about it yesterday, I didn't know it has a name, but it's called habit stacking. And it's a way of like, you find something that you already do every day and then you add something small to it. So basically, like, for example, what I used to do is I walk my dog every morning, right? I take my pup to the park and we go in there and he's running around. Meanwhile, I'm standing. So the habit that I created for myself is like, okay, I'm standing here anyway. Let me do 10 squats. So I started with 10 squats while he's like walking around, like running around, doing his thing, right? I'm just standing there. I just started doing like 10 squats every morning. And then these 10 squats became 3 sets of 10 squats. And then I added sit-ups, and then I added something else, and the lunges, and you can see that I'm not lying because I have it on my TikTok. I have a video of me doing lunges with my dog. So I used to do it more. Now I'm going more to the gym because it's hella cold outside. So I'm like going to the gym. I'm gonna be like talking on the phone with my mom, and while I'm talking to her, like I'm sitting anyway, so I might as well go to the gym and bike while I'm talking to her, right? So I'm kind of like trying to combine these things and try to incorporate things that are not interrupting necessarily with my time if I don't have time. I started drinking more water. How I do it? I installed an app that reminds me to drink water every hour. Because I used to forget, especially in the winter, we forget to drink water when it's so freaking important, people. Like, drinking water is really like, it's so many people like forget. No, I used to forget. I didn't drink water at all. So I started drinking water. And I have this app and it reminds me. So I wake up in the morning, I already woke up, I'm already in the kitchen, right? Like, so I drink a glass of water, a big one, like not like a big one, right? I'm coming back from the walk with my dog, I'm making coffee on the counter, another glass of water. Why not? Just do it. It's healthy, right? So things like that, you incorporate like little things in your daily routine that are in the moment it's not going to interrupt too much. You're going to do it gradually. And then it's going to slowly build the habit of actually doing that. Because after a while, 10 squats is not going to be enough. You're going to be wanting to do more. And after a while, you're like, okay, I was doing 10 squats. Now I feel like I'm going to visit the gym maybe. Or maybe I'm going to go to a run. And maybe because you're already active, because you're already there. You're drinking so much water. And you're like, okay, I feel so good. I feel so healthy. Like, let me not eat this burger right now. You're like, it's just kind of happening naturally. It's kind of happening automatically. You want to invest in yourself. You want to better yourself, and nutrition and maintaining like good physical health, it's so important, especially as we kind of like with age, like, and like we're not old or anything, absolutely not, but it's like the things that I was able to do when I was 18, it is very different now. I cannot do that anymore. So definitely, like, my body reacts differently to certain things. Like when I was 16 and I would eat a burger, my body will react differently than when I eat burger now. And I'm like, why did I eat it? So I need to be more healthy. I need to invest more in my health, definitely now than it used to be. Like when I was 16, when I was a teenager, that definitely was easier. But yeah, small habits, habit stacking. Maybe if it helps, write little notes, to not forget to do certain things. I have like on my door, like when I'm exiting, I have like a lot of stickers and a lot of things. And I have like a little calendar where I write everything with my day and like my daily goals for today. Like, don't forget to do that and that and that and that. And sometimes and I will put like gym time or workout time, meditation 7 a.m., walk 8 a.m., do this 9, and I'm kind of like just doing that. So, and it gives me such a great feeling to like mark it off the list and be like, I did it and I did it and I did it. And it makes me feel like I'm already starting on a high note because I'm already doing all those things, right? So that's definitely something that is helping me. And if you want, share with me in the comments, especially you YouTube people, share with me in the comments what is one goal that you want to achieve for this year, something that you will maintain, something that you find realistic to achieve. Now, don't get me wrong, you can set unrealistic goals. But I feel like there's short-term goals and long-term goals, right? So for me, I would set the short-term goals, I would set them as, like I told you, like start eating healthier, start working out, improve my German, right? Because I speak German, but I'm kind of like already forgetting. So I'm like, improve my German, work on my German twice a week, like do a lesson, or I'm doing my Duolingo, which I'm doing great, by the way, with my German. But things like that. There's like short-term goals that you just kind of like, you like habits. I would even like, it's not goals, it's like habits, right? But these habits will lead you to the long-term goals eventually, right? Like, I want a smoking hot body, and the habit is to eat healthy and to work out. So set up your goals and then kind of break it down to how you're going to achieve those goals. And again, realistic goals until like for you can give it a timing for like until the end of 2025. I want X amount of that, X amount of this. I want to be like this, I want to be like that. Eventually, again, it piles up and it leads you to something greater, to something bigger, right? For example, just a small example, like I can write on my goals. I can write worldwide famous musician touring the world, right? It will happen. It will happen. But do I want to put it until the end of 2025? I'm not sure, right? Because it's a matter of building up to it. So until the end of 2025, I want to have X amount of listeners on Spotify. I want to have my album released. I want to record 3 music videos. I want to set up a tour across America, across the United States, so I can perform my new album, right? Things like that are a little bit more achievable, that I can actually control, that I can actually make. Right? So this is like a small example, exaggerated example of what I'm talking about. I mean, not exaggerated, because it's going to happen, guys. Like, it's just going to happen. I know that. I'm aiming for that. You know, if you want to be a billionaire, right? Who doesn't want to be a billionaire, millionaire? If you want to be a billionaire, you need to write those habits down to understand how you're getting there. How do you achieve this financial goal of yours? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna just keep doing what you're doing now and just hope for the best? No, you need to build a habit. You need to wake up early in the morning. You need to maybe learn a new skill, that, you know, learn investments, or invest in Bitcoin, or, you know, change your job, or start a business. Like, you need to understand how you're gonna achieve this goal with those habits. And you need to start, and you need to stick to it. It's gonna work. It's just you're just gonna work for it. It's not easy. It's not easy. But if it, you know how they say, if it was easy, everyone would do it. It's kind of like that. But from that, so we talked about setting goals, habits. You know, write it down in whatever way it's convenient for you. Get an app that reminds you about those habits. I have a visual board, like a vision board, that I have like photos of things I want to achieve. And I have to tell you, I am well on my way to achieving many of those things, because I'm working on that. I am working on my book being in a bookstore. I am working on being on stage and developing this new album. I am working on the smoking hot body that I want, because I am working out and eating healthy. I am working on all those things, and they're going to happen if I'm going to stick to my plan, if I'm going to, you know, actually make sure that I'm not slacking and letting myself go because, oh, today I'm tired, tomorrow I'm hungry, and then I'm whatever. You don't want to make excuses. You don't want to give yourself those excuses. You just stick to what you need to do to achieve those things. So yeah, habits, goals, vision boards, whatever it is that you need to do to kind of like, you know, start the year well and hold yourself accountable to that. That being said, and something that I mentioned before, a lot of the things nowadays don't require us to be social very much, because you have the help of AI, you have Instagram, you have YouTube, you don't need to leave the house to actually, you know, live a life. But don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. It is so important to have social life. Guys, you have no idea. You do have an idea. I'm sure you do, because we all felt COVID really hard. But I feel like after COVID, people were like, yeah, I'm going out. I have to see people. I have to be with people. And then after a few months, they were like, oh, fuck it. I'm just going to stay home and not go out ever again. And it's so important. And I understand. And I think like last episode, we spoke with Michael about it, how Michael, he's a poet, a photographer, a creative here in New York City. And we were talking about how he has a 9-to-5 job. And then when he comes back from his 9-to-5, he will go out and he will go to a open mic, to a poetry event, to a photography job that he needs to do. And he's like always out. And I was like so jealous of him, because I was like, how do you do that? I'm going back home after a photo shoot, and the last thing I want to do is to go out again and to socialize with people, which requires a different social battery also. It's like, this is so hard. How the hell are you doing that? And I told him, I was like, okay, I need to do that more. And since then, I will proudly say, I went to an open mic and I performed. Bam! Yes, I performed with my new song Enigma for the first time, which I was like super excited about, because I never performed this song before. And this performance wasn't even planned. I just went to the open mic and I was like, okay, let's see what's up. And I ended up performing and people ended up liking that. And I enjoyed it so much. I haven't been on stage for like a year and a half. Again, hard times. Don't do that. If you are a stage person, don't be on stage. But I haven't been on stage for a long time, so that felt really good. But I did go out, and and today I'm going out as well. Chris is having an open mic, a comedy show, and I am going to support him because it's like a comedy open mic. And as funny as I am, I'm not a comic, so I'm going to support him. I'm not going to perform, but it's something that we decided to do together. It's something that we're kind of like holding ourselves accountable to like going out. And even if like we're tired and it's the end of the day and we're like, it was such a hard day, no, go out. Go out, socialize. You don't have to perform. If you're not a performer, don't perform. But if you're an entrepreneur, you need to go to networking events. And even if you not an entrepreneur, like you need to go out, you need to socialize, you need to make friends, you need to make connections. It's important because human connections, it's what like kind of like hold us sane. So if you are in New York, you know that every episode I have tons of recommendations of where you can find those social events, but I'm just going to quickly remind you that you have the Shaka Club, you have any event that you can find on Eventbrite, you have meetup.com, you can find any workshop or masterclass or whatever. You have an app that's called 222 that you can check out. You have 57 NYC, which is a social club for creative people. You have an app that's called S'mores, that you can actually find like a lot of events there of people like actually posting and being like, oh, I went to this cool place, or I went to this free class, or I went this. You can find so many things. So there are really no excuses. I need to come visit NY. I would love to meet you. Yes, you should come visit NY. And let me know when you do, because we talk on Instagram all the time, but we never actually met. So yeah, you have to come visit. It's amazing here. But yeah, oh my God, I almost spilled my coffee. What is happening? It's because I'm talking and never drinking. Am I talking too fast for you guys? I feel like every time I'm going live, I'm like, and I'm talking so fast and I never like stop for a second to take a breath, but I will now. Okay, much better. But yeah, talking about water, like I have water right here. I'm trying to drink as much water as possible, even in the winter, because it's like refreshing and it's good. But yeah, there are so many events that you need to go to, whether you're looking for new friends, connections, networking, open mic opportunities, whatever it is that you're looking for. There's a lot of things that you need to check out because it's very important. Stay social, communicate with people, to not, completely lock yourself in the house and just communicate with AI all day. As much as it's helpful and fun sometimes to talk to ChatGPT, that will like boost your confidence and ego, like to hear, right? You're like, you're so smart. Have you ever talked to ChatGPT and you're like, what do you think about this text I wrote? And ChatGPT will answer and be like, you are so talented. This is amazing. You don't have any? Well, first of all, I'm sure you do. I always say that, so I'm like, where are all my friends? Secondly, that's why you go to social events. That's why you go to meet new people. You get out, go out there and create those connections. And I'm not saying like that we need like bunch of best friends right now, but I feel like also there's a difference between like friends and I don't know how to but like connections, So I have a lot of people that I know in the city, maybe not necessarily friends, I have like a very small amount of friends that I can actually call them friends. But I do I will, like my network is growing, my connections are growing, and it can develop further or it cannot develop further, but it's important to have that. And even if not, to just like take yourself out there and kind of like force yourself to socialize and to talk to people, because again, it's very hard, especially for introverts. You're like, I don't want to talk to anyone. I'm tired. I need to smile. My voice, yeah. But it's important that you do. So next time I'm doing a live, I want you to go on the chat and be like, "Hey, I made some friends." Do that. I'm holding you accountable. Your goal for 2025 is to start going out and making friends. At least one. At least one. That's your goal. I'm gonna check on you. But yes, so please check events, go out there, socialize, network, collaborate, create those connections. Don't just count on ChatGPT and Instagram. It's not enough to keep us safe. Have you ever watched Star Wars? You know how they say, what did he say? There is no try, only do. Something like that, right? He said that. There is no try, only do. I think it's that phrase. I'm like, I watched it one time, but there is no try, just do it. Yeah. What else? Oh, I'm also going to challenge you to maybe pick one skill that you want to learn this year. It doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be something crazy, but it's always good to be like to start the year and think, okay, what do I not know how to do yet? Do or do not, there is no try. Exactly. So you have watched Star Wars and you know the saying. So there is no try, there is a do. Okay, it doesn't matter that you don't like it, but it's a good saying, right? I definitely agree with the saying. Just like do or do not, there's no try. That sounds so good. But anyway, yes, pick one skill. Like for example, I really wanna learn how to cook something new. Like go to a cooking workshop or masterclass on something that I haven't done before, like ramen. I really want to learn how to do ramen, like how to make homemade ramen, because I love ramen. But like restaurants, sometimes they will put so many ingredients in there that I don't need in my system. So I really want to like learn how to make that. So I would challenge you guys to pick one skill that you would like to learn this year. It doesn't have to be crazy. It can be like one song on the piano or like, I don't know, 10 push-ups. That's a skill. You can like choose something small and like kind of dedicate that to learning this new skill, because it developing our brain, it's also going to help you. Again, the older we get, the more work we need to do on our brain to don't let those cells die. So always learning something new, always challenging your brain, it's so important. You have no idea. Okay, there you go. You want to do photography. That's a great skill to learn. And there's so many affordable, cheap, free classes that you can take. You have like Skillshare that is like $30 a year and you can learn anything you want. And you don't even have to do that anymore. You can just go on YouTube and go to, if you need, I'll send you some really great photography accounts depending on like what type of photography you want to learn. And they will like walk you through the entire process, from recommending you what gear to buy to how to start. And then, with time, hey, that's how I started and it became a business. So you never know what you can do with your freaking skills. So having as many skills as possible is a gift. So if you can choose one skill, I'm daring you, YouTube, or you, whatever camera this is, and I have like 4 cameras on me. So I'm daring everyone to choose one skill and put that down below in the comments. So you picking up photography, and you're going out at least one time. Yes. So you're doing that. And please comment below, the rest of you, what skill you're picking up this year. So I'm telling you now, I'm going to learn how to cook ramen, which my boyfriend will be so happy about. What he doesn't know is he's going to come with me to the workshop and learn how to do it too. No, but seriously, recently I learned I don't know how many recipes of like healthy food recipes that since I started like this healthy food journey. I know how to make my own ice cream. I know how to make my own protein bars, cookie dough, cakes without like sugar or I actually one time I brought for a New Year's party, I brought a brownie cake and everyone loved it and nobody knew that it was made from 3 ingredients with no sugar and no flour. That was crazy. It was so good, you guys. There's so many healthy snacks and healthy, if you like sweets especially, you can make it at home so easily and like not get fat. So That's awesome. So I know how to do that. So if you want, let me know and I will share with you some recipes because they're so easy. And I am sharing some recipes on my Instagram. So you can keep following that because I'm gonna share more. It's just every time like when I want to make something fun and I'm like, oh, let me record a video, and then I'm like with my sweatpants or pajamas and it's like the end of the day, my hair is all wacky and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do a video now, next time. And then I don't do that, but I will try to record you something really fun soon, because those are like such a fun snacks. I learned how to make like my own chocolates. That's amazing, don't you think? I'm so excited about it. But yeah. I'm like so excited about these things. But yeah, we're actually coming to the end of the live, to the end of the episode, to the end of the video, to the end of today's goal setting thing. Let me know if you have any questions because I can blab and blab and blab for a really long time. Actually, that's my 2025 goal. Keep exercising and start eating healthy. So I definitely would love healthy recipes. I will send you some. Because there are so many, especially if you're exercising. There's a lot of healthy snacks that include protein. So Chris and I, my boyfriend, he's a personal trainer and he understands nutrition. So we do a lot of recipes together because I'm a photographer, so I help him with the process, and sometimes I'll do it for myself as well. But we are creating like a lot of those recipe videos. So I'm definitely going to be sharing with you more because it's fun and it's tasty, and you don't feel guilty because it's awesome, right? But so yeah, if I don't, remind me, what did you have for breakfast? Great question. So I had one cracker, which is like a Trader Joe's cracker, like with seeds and grains. It's like 100 calories, like a cracker with avocado and salmon, like it's like a salted salmon that I make at home by myself. So it's not smoked salmon. It's also a recipe that I do all the time. It's like my signature that my mom taught me, and it's like so amazing. But you basically, I think it's called cured salmon, I want to say. But it's basically taking like a fresh piece of salmon, putting it in a lot of salt, like covering it in salt overnight, and then you're washing the salt, and you have like this like salty, kind of like raw salmon, but it's not smoked. And salmon is really good for protein, for healthy fats. So is avocado and the grain bread that I'm eating. It's like low sodium and it's really good. So that's what I have for breakfast, and that's like giving me energy for pancakes and bacon are not healthy. Pancakes and bacon are the last thing you want to have for breakfast if you want to start a healthy nutrition life, because pancakes are pure sugar and empty carbs that will keep you craving more sugars, especially if you start your day with sugar. Your glucose spikes. You're gonna crave sugar for the entire day. And bacon is just unhealthy. It's like bacon, what? It's usually fried, right? So you're starting your day actually very unhealthy. So if you want some healthy recipes for good breakfast that you can replace pancakes and bacon with, I can give it to you. I can send you a recipe for a healthy pancake, a protein pancake without all the crap that they give you in the store. There is a genetic structure issue regarding the body. In a Harvard University study, it was discovered that the body does not function as we know it, and that it processes protein synthesis surprising. Erin, can you explain that? I kind of having a trouble understanding what you're trying to say. So our bodies don't process protein properly or something? Can you explain that? I'm so curious right now. What's wrong with pancakes and bacon? Well, Riley, everything I just said. just go online and research a little bit about those packets of pancakes that maybe homemade pancakes are a little better depending on how you're making them, but it's generally not a nutritious breakfast. And by the way, like I love pancakes. I'm not like a fan of bacon that much, but I love pancakes. It's like, but I don't hold it at home because it's like it's a no. And again, I can make my own really healthy, fun pancakes. Maybe that's the next recipe I should do. Maybe I should show you how I make my pancakes. I don't usually make pancakes, but I can a really helpful, healthy protein pancakes that I can do. Maybe I can share that with you. So maybe and if you can switch your bacon to like turkey bacon maybe to start with, and kind of like go from there, because bacon itself, it's not healthy. It's just not. It can taste good on some foods, but it's not a nutritious breakfast anyway. And again, tips for nutritious breakfast, you can DM me later and I will send it to you. And if you want to watch more nutritious tips, I have on my YouTube, I have an episode that I did with Chris Batista, my boyfriend. And because he's a fitness coach, and he understands nutrition, he gave a lot of tips on how you can slowly and gradually dive into a better and healthier life. Maybe that's your 2025 goal, maybe learn some healthy recipes, maybe lower your cholesterol, maybe do check your blood, see what you're missing, see what you need, take care of your body. I feel like especially when we're younger, we don't give a fuck about our bodies. We're like, oh, I'm good, I'm feeling good. But then like if you keep and maintain the same lifestyle that you had when you were 16, as you're getting older, you're gonna feel that. Your body gonna feel it. First of all, you're gonna gain weight, probably, if it's most likely. And you're gonna you're gonna get more like problems with every aspect of your body. So being healthy is very important. Maybe your goal, I'm gonna give you a fun one. Ready? A fun goal that all of us can do better, and it's so easy. Sleep more. Sleep. The quality of your sleep is so freaking important. You need to have a good mattress, a good pillow, nice sheets, cotton, not polyester from Shane sheets that you sweat at night. No, good sheets. Have a cool room, a dark room, so you actually get to rest. Sleep is so important. If you can't fall asleep, maybe check some methods of how to fall asleep. Maybe meditate before. Maybe use some music from YouTube that will help you fall asleep and kind of get this restful night. Go to sleep earlier. Wake up a little later if you need. Give your body this rest. Sleep is so important. And those of you who don't believe me, read about it, because sleep can make you lose weight. Sleep is it's like a natural healing thing. You don't need to do anything. You're literally not doing anything, and your body is just doing all the work for you. So definitely check sleep. Sleep is an important thing, but it can't be your only thing. If you're choosing to hey, yes, I'm talking to you. It can be your only thing. Add something else. So yes, sleep better is very important, but you have to add okay, write your goal and write what skill you want to learn. One little skill that you want to learn how to do, and start there. And if you need me to hold you accountable for that, let me know, and I gladly will. But yeah, yes, sleep is good. I used to not like sleeping, and now I'm a little better at this, especially in the winter. I'm like, I can just sleep all day. But yes, I want to finish this episode on this note and just kind of I hope that you will set yourself those goals, that you will hold yourself accountable, that by the end of the year you'll feel like you achieved those things and it was a good year. With all the shit happening around the world, with everything that's happening, it's still not an excuse to let ourselves go and not progress with our life and not to do anything. So yeah, I hope you will. I mean, in the end of the day, I'm here to, to remind you, but you all know that already. It's not news to you, and it is for you. It's not for me. I'm doing my part. I'm doing my healthy lifestyle and, setting my goals and working on them. But I would definitely love to hear from you that you are also doing that and that it's going well for you. And if you need help, I am here for you. And if you just want to share with me, please do. I will be happy to hear that. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me live. That was so exciting. That was amazing. I really had fun today. But yeah, have a great Wednesday. Have a great weekend. I hope everything is going well for you. Yeah, DM me. Let me know how it went. Comment below. Have a great day. I love you guys. And bye. As for you, YouTube people, thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. As I said, comment below, like the video, subscribe to my channel because I do release this podcast every 2 weeks. I do have music coming out, album coming out, music videos coming out. I release reels all the time of like snippets of the show and other things. So please subscribe. It supports me. It's free, doesn't cost any money, and I will appreciate it so much. So thank you very much for watching. And Newtown Radio, those of you who was listening live, have ciao.